This is Matt from Dice Round Table, and
Jesse.
Thanks for tuning into this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you enjoyed the content, thumbs up on this video, and check out in the description. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the website for Dice is on there as well. In this one, we're not talking about reviews. We're doing a top 5 on, what's the topic?
I wish I could play it more, but...
And we're going to see what happens. So, with that, let's start. How did you pick your games?
I played them in the order of how frequently we are actually able to play them.
I put mine in the order of how badly I want to play it and how badly is the butt. As in, we will play it, but for this reason. So, okay.
Number 5
is Fury of Dracula. I like the game, and for some odd reason, it just takes a while to play, and so I always just feel like we don't have enough time to play it. And at this point, it's been so long since I played it that I'd have to relearn all the rules all over again. But I remember it's a good game. I just wish we could play it more.
Fury of Dracula, this is 3rd edition, I think. This is right before FFG lost the rights to it.
Yes.
I picked it up because it was going out because of the switchover when they lost the rights to it. And it's co-op, or it's semi-co-op because it's one versus many. And yeah, it's the rules.
Yeah.
We have to go back and reread the rules and see how it plays again. But yeah, it's a good one. My number 5, Fields of Arle. One of the games I own, I really, really wanted, is Caverna. Why is Caverna not here? Because Caverna is multiple players and Fields of Arle is 2 players. I traded for this on BGG with the express purpose that someone said they were going to play with me because Caverna was too complicated.
It's so complicated.
So I picked up Fields of Arle to see if we could do a 2-player version, and we played this like once. And do you remember us playing this once?
No, I don't remember playing it.
Okay. So lots of chunkiness here, but yeah, it just doesn't get played because it's very much a Euro.
Yeah.
And that's probably the butt, because it's a Euro and you're not a super fan of Euros. Okay.
Number 4
Da-da-da.
I want to play Pandemic Legacy with a group of people and be able to start the 2nd season. I think we've restarted this season 3 times, and we never even finished the 3rd time around. So I would love to be able to play this and get through it and start with a 2nd group of people, because this is a game that you need to play with other people and not just the 2 of us.
So yes, we played Pandemic Season 1 all the way through with someone, and then there was no willingness to do Season 2.
It wasn't out yet.
Well, and so then another couple wanted to do it with us, and we did it with them.
We did it with them.
And then that couple kind of is no longer together. 3rd time, we got through 3 months? 4 months?
4 months.
4 months, and then they kind of moved away. So we've debated on doing it with our kids.
We have, but they're not quite there. They're getting there.
So hopefully, we may just end up buying Season 1, 2, and Season 0 and just storing them somewhere in the house until they're old enough.
Yep.
But yes, Pandemic Season 1. Awesome. Okay. My number 4, Orleans. I picked up Orleans because it, again, Euro, cool bag building mechanism in it, and we got several plays of it.
We did.
I know my wife enjoys co-op, so I ended up tracking down Invasion expansion, which includes several different versions, but also a cooperative version. And I feel like we don't get this on the table more often because we forget about it. It really does not have anything on the side that goes, ooh, look, shiny, look, play me. But every time we get it out,
We have fun.
yes,
Yeah.
we enjoy it a lot. The setup, again, on the co-op, has a little bit more in-depth on the setup,
It's a little crunchy, yeah.
but I just want it all more on the table. I feel like it gets lost in the showing.
Yep.
Number 3.
Time Stories. This was a fun game, and we started it with a friend who we haven't seen in a little bit. So we haven't played it. We still have, I think, 2 more scenarios sitting on our shelves. One.
Endurance.
That's right. Unopened because we've never gotten there. So I would actually love to find the time to find someone to play this with. Because again, this is one of those games that I would rather play with someone than just the 2 of us. So Time Stories is my number 3.
Yeah. Really just so many good games.
Yeah,
Another cooperative.
I like co-ops a lot.
Yeah. So here we go. So this one, be forgiving to the box. I got this game on a trade.
That's true.
War of the Ring.
Have we played that yet?
We started a learning game.
We did.
Yes.
We did.
This is first edition box. But from everything I could tell, it wasn't a huge difference between first and second, some minor things. It's a lot in the box. This is on the list because I have a tendency to be the one that reads the rules. And I can remember the rules on a lot of games, even though we haven't played them in a while. This one, like, if you ask me that very directly, I could probably get through half of it remembering the rules. This one, I'll probably have to reread everything. Because I've read it, we did a learning game, and we're like, this is really nice, this is really good. It's the setup, it's the amount of stuff going on, and I feel like the butt with this is, it's not super intuitive.
No, it's not.
I think you really need to get into how to play each side. I think if we sat and decided to play, it'd be great. But I think because it's not super intuitive to us, that there's a lot of pausing and trying to figure out what is the thing you should be doing. So War of the Ring is on my list. Tolkien fan, all the way. Fantasy. It's got combat, but you're willing to play this. It's just getting through the rules and how to play.
Yep.
Number 2.
Mine is Elder Sign, and it's because every time I want to play this, we go, yeah, but it takes 45 minutes to play. It's not a quick game. Because it's a small box. It's not a quick game. So I tend to not want to play it, because if I'm going to play a long game, I'm going to pick up something else. So this is my number 4.
Like what?
Like the actual Mansions, or Arkham Horror,
Is
or...
it because it has miniatures in those other games? Or standees?
No, because this one has the dice.
It's just cards and dice. Yeah, why would you not want to play this versus Mansions?
I don't know. I usually think of this, I think it's because I think it's a 20, 30-minute game, and then you go, no, honey, it takes an hour. And I'm like, oh, you're right. And we only have 40 minutes. So usually when I think of this game, it's when we don't have a lot of time.
Okay. My number 2. This one's on the list is because of this setup. We have been able to play it recently because kids wanted to do it, so I bought all the core expansions, which are now sitting, but I have them in case they ever go away completely because they've been discontinued. Star Wars Imperial Assault. This is my number 2 because of the building of the map. Thankfully, I have a wonderful wife that has organized things in zipper pencil pouches and a binder and number order and all that great stuff.
And it's still hard to find everything.
So, and after you put all the expansions in, it's probably going to be even worse.
It is.
But it's an awesome game. Love every time we play it. But in order to keep her organization, it takes her a good 15, 20 minutes to take apart and even longer to put together.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they ever redid this, which I'm having high hopes because they just announced they teased that they're bringing out Descent Third Edition, and I'm hoping they're taking Mansions and Lord Journeys of Middle Earth because they took away the interlocking pieces and they're going to like the hexes or the just squares like Mansions that you have less pieces to worry about fiddly and interlocking. So maybe less variability on the maps, but easier to put the maps together. So maybe in 3 years we'll see Imperial Assault 2nd Edition with different map building sets. But until then, yes, building the maps. If you got a better way, please drop it in the comments.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it because that is what takes up most of my time.
And finally, 1.
All right, here it is. It's Scrabble. I know, right? It's basic game, but I love word games. And this is my favorite word game. Okay? I don't even keep score. We just play to put words on the board. I can't get it more simple than that. But it's probably, I think it's been, yeah, it's Matt. It's all his fault. He doesn't like the game at all. And so
I don't like the word games.
I get to
I'm not
play
a word game person.
maybe once every 2-ish years. And my kids aren't old enough yet to be able to even create words consistently. So,
I think they could. It's just the limitation in the 7 letters.
yeah,
Plus what's on the board.
plus what's on the board.
Our oldest will probably be able to do it in a couple years. As they get older, they'll get that spatial ability and...
Yep, they're just not there yet.
Yeah, it's okay. My number 1 is a Kickstarter. I went all in. I was encouraged to go all in because it had a great story mechanic. It had great dynamics, miniature. The miniature line was extensive.
And they're still awesome.
Yep, especially for the scale it is. And only one of the many boxes that came with it, Joan of Arc. I do have the all-in pledge. I have the Teutonic Knights I'm waiting on, as well as the 1.5 book. But it doesn't get played. I'm going to hazard that 1, it's kind of out of sight. 2, the scenarios, you gotta wrap your mind around your side really quickly to figure out how to play them.
And I'm not good at that. So guess who usually wins?
But then I'm like, we just played the same scenario over and over and switch sides.
We've done that.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
No.
With the pikemen, the reverse slides. That very first game.
I did it with kids, not you.
Swear I did it with you.
Nope.
Okay.
Because I suggested we be prepared to play the same scenario 4 times.
Okay.
1 on each side, then switch so we can see how the other person played it. Then switch again to see if we could implement the other person's strategy if we liked it. And then switch again to just get the feeling for it. But again, it just doesn't get played. The setting up the maps is not bad. It's really big hex pieces.
No, those hex pieces. Sometimes what's in the book doesn't match what's the actual piece. And so then you go, is that the right piece or is that the wrong piece? And yeah, I'm not very comfortable with the hexes either.
Building the map.
Building the map.
But overall, Mythic does a really good job. The miniatures are what probably outstands in this. The gameplay, I really do like some of the mechanics in this.
I think my most favorite one was the one where Vivi got to play with us, and she was that...
Oh, that was a 3-player one.
Yeah, it was a 3-player game.
That was the witches, You played like the nobles of the town, and I played the church.
No, it was the monster.
No, I played the church. Vivi had the monster and the witches.
That's it.
So, Joan of Arc, kind of out of sight, and each scenario in each force has a different strategy behind it to play it.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's probably the biggest kicker. If you don't play the same scenario and get a handle on it, it's just going to be whoever gets that learning curve first. So that's the really sad part. And you're not in the list building or force building, so not going to play battle mode.
No.
So that's we had a somewhat quasi hard time coming up with this list because it's some games that it could easily, since we're a couple gamer,
Yep.
we could easily be bashing on each other. Like, you won't play my game because.
Okay, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to say the honorable mention here from his side would be number 6 was Rebellion. And I can't stand the game worth a darn. But I will pull myself together, and about once a year-ish, I will play it with him because I know he enjoys the game. But that's probably a game he wishes he could play more. But I
you're
don't.
picking mine.
Yeah, because I know it should be there.
Well, but see, then I didn't take any miniatures on my list because.
Oh, that wasn't a miniature.
Yeah, but I would still put miniatures probably above Rebellion.
Well, yeah, I don't like those either.
Frostgrave.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I don't think you would have a 6th one.
I put Shadows of Camelot as my
That
maybe.
needs to be 3 players.
That needs to be 3 players, and you just have to have more people to play it. And it's a theme that not everybody likes. So when they come over, it's kind of hard to get them interested in it because it's all fantasy and Knights of the Round Table. And I love that theme.
Like that.
Well, we love that. Look at our
Mhm.
our company. But yeah, no, it's hard to get other people into it sometimes.
So that's our top 5. What's yours? What games do you not get to play because of something about the game? Not necessarily the people around you, but what about the game? Like, is it the setup and the maps? That was like, what, 2 of mine? The rules,
The rules.
intuitive or non-intuitive? Is it because it requires that third person or another group of players, like Pandemic?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so thanks for checking out this video. Hope you give us some thoughts. What would be on your list? What would you consider? Any final thoughts before we sign off?
No, I'm good.
Okay. See you later.